Hello and welcome. I am Praveen, and you are watching IndianExpress.com. The central state of India, Madhya Pradesh, the heart of India, is going to polls on November 17, just 10 days from here. And we have reached in Rewa. Rewa is a very beautiful place in Madhya Pradesh, and there is one constituency, Gurh constituency, where we are right now. In Madhya Pradesh, both BJP and Congress are locking horns. This election in 2023, Kamal Nath is the face of Congress, and Shivraj Singh Chauhan is the face of BJP. Both are uh, both are having a very interesting fight. But amid all, there is third player as well, the Aam Aadmi Party. Arvind Kejriwal-led party is also contesting election with full strength. And here with me is a very interesting candidate in Madhya Pradesh. He is the youngest in Madhya Pradesh Assembly election 2023. Mr. Prakhar Pratap Singh is with me. We'll talk to him. We'll visit his constituency, and we'll also try and understand what made him the candidate from Aam Aadmi Party. Over to you, Prakhar.
Yeah.
Thank you so much talking to us and giving us time. First of all, tell me what brought you here back home from US. You were working in US. So
Yeah.
tell me something about yourself first, and then we'll proceed.
I went to the US for my bachelor's in architecture. That's a Bachelor of Architecture, a 5 year course.
Okay.
I completed that and I was able to get a job, which was quite a good one.
Acha.
When we refer to a job right after graduation. So I worked as a graduate architect in the city Birmingham, Alabama,
Okay.
which is very nearby Atlanta, Georgia itself.
Okay.
Then I worked there for almost 2 years, and during that time, I was part of a project where I was working right under a project manager. So working right under a project manager for a graduation, getting a job right after graduation is a big deal. So I did that. I worked, but later I found out that work life and student life is quite a bit different. When you start working, where you work, with whom you work, and the people around you matter a lot. So that time I had a moment of realization that whatever I'm able to do for the rest of my life, it has to be in India. It has to be in my hometown. It has to be in my kshetra. And then I decided to come back, and it was always the plan that one day I had to come back. It's just that it wasn't supposed to be in just 2 years of working. I came back, and during that time, my grandfather, Sri Nirmal Singh Ji, he got very sick, and him being sick, caused a different type of environment at our home. And for 1 month and 15 days, almost 16 days, he was on the hospital bed, and I was in the attendant bed for 1 month and 15 days. During that time, all these discussions happened where, I was always acquainted with all his, whatever he used to work in, for his people in Raipur Kachlian. Our village is Raipur Kachlian, so he worked for 60 to 70 years there. So we don't have any political background, but when it comes to Jan Seva, our like multiple generations have worked for it. So be it dharm karya, or be it Jan Seva related karya, we have done it a lot. And obviously, I'm 25 years old, 25 years and 7 months old, and for anyone to come in front of the camera, or come in front of the selection stage, you have to be minimum 25 years old, and no criminal records, and citizen of India. So when I qualified all that, then obviously I chose a place where I was born. I didn't choose a place where I felt comfortable. This is my home. I don't need to be like politically active or anything like that for me to be like, just people say it's a very sudden entry. It's not a sudden entry. I grew up, I was born there, I was brought up there. And then I chose to, whenever I had the age, which I was waiting eagerly to come in front of, and then it happened, and then I made the decision that this is it. That's what I want to do.
Since you said the decision of getting into the politics
Yeah,
was made just a few months ago,
Yeah.
when your grandfather was bedridden and the decision was taken.
yeah.
Didn't you approach the other traditional parties like BJP and the Congress?
Yeah. The thing with that is, obviously, Aam Aadmi Party has accepted me and given me a chance to uh, fight the elections from Gurh Vidhan Sabha 75. Uh, the reason anyone joins a dal or a sangathan or a group, there has to be a vision, and there has to be a sync with the people above. And I never saw myself joining BJP or Congress because uh, it's too big for me to handle. You understand, like the vichar dhara we say, whatever their thoughts are, whatever the things they work on. I wasn't able to relate with them.
How does it feel to be, the youngest candidate, when it's we say the youngest candidate in Madhya Pradesh? How does it feel, and what kind of responsibility you feel on your shoulders?
Honestly, I don't, that youngest part. I haven't I haven't dwelled upon it. I haven't thought about it, and I don't think it makes any difference. Seriously,
But it
anybody
makes-
grows there, like the mindset, whatever you are, like your jasba, your everything is in peak. According to me, when you're 25 years old or a similar age around it.
Politics is, the field where experience matter.
Yeah.
And the person you are contesting against
Yeah.
is 85-year-old BJP veteran, right?
Yeah.
3-time MLA from your constituency, Mr. Nagendra Singh. His name is Mr. Nagendra Singh.
Yeah.
How do you see it as a 25-year-old man contesting against 85-year-old
Yeah.
veteran politician?
Yeah.
How do you see this?
See, politics is not any different than, let's say, if you want to construct a building, right? You want to do it, it's your project, but then you hire an architect, you hire an engineer, you hire, construction workers, you buy materials,
Yeah.
and you end up making that whole building, right? You complete that project. Similar to this, politics is also very similar to that. I know who I am. I know what my capabilities are, and I know where I don't have any strength. I understand that, because self reflection is very important. But when you come to this stage and you have a family like mine, which is well established, and the people you mentioned, they don't belong to this constituency itself.
Okay.
It's not their home. They were not born here. They haven't lived here. I understand for many years they've been in power, but that was their, it was written for them and it happened. So I don't pay attention to that. According to me, I am capable to point out the right people to guide me. I know where I don't have my strength, so I can get to people and they'll never say no to me because of my family, because of my family's presence, and because we are all related. We never touched those people because we never were into politics. But when we go to them now, they don't hesitate to help us.
What will be your course of action if you lose the election? What will be you doing? You'll be back to social work and leave the party, or you'll stay connected with the party and work for future? What will be your future course of action?
I can assure you nothing changes. Win or lose, that's not in my control. I can try my level best and hope for the best. And we are all, I'm a religious person, so I'll leave it to the gods. And, I don't worry about the win or lose. Nothing changes. If I get the chance, this MLA seat has enough power to reach lakhs of people, lakhs of people. But if I do it by myself, by my own capacity, I'll be able to reach 20 people, 100 people, or 1,000 people. So that's enough for me. I have to. There is no way of turning back. I'm not leaving Gurh Vidhan Sabha 75 ever, and Gurh Vidhan Sabha 75 is not going to leave me, because we are connected by birth.
Okay, tell me something, more minutely about your constituency Gurh. What are the key issues here?
So it's almost a joke. Please don't laugh, but it's a very serious matter. It's been 76 years of independence, and it's been 70 years of the winning parties, which is firstly it was Congress, and then now multiple times it's BJP. And still, after those many years, the issues are the same. It's horrible. Uh, we still don't have a constant, good education system.
Okay.
We still don't have drinking water available in all parts of the whole Vidhan Sabha. We still don't have perfect hospitals. Nothing has to be perfect, but it has to be enough that you get the first aid done at least, and then you can stabilize the patient, and then you can send them over to the uh, hospitals nearby with a bigger capacity, or with a bigger capability. But we have the infrastructure. We have the infrastructure for schools. We have the infrastructure for the hospitals. But the people who were running the show earlier, they came for the votes, but they haven't been seen since. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to take my word for it. You can get to the ground level and you can ask if I'm correct or not. Because of that, the ignorance they have made in running the hospitals and the schools, and uh, doing work for the benefit of the people, it's non-existent. So there has to be someone from the constituency itself who treats it like his own home and works non-stop. Because if that doesn't happen, we might be able to get to that stage where it's almost irreparable. And I want to be the medium of that. And you know, being a 25-year-old or 26-year-old, I have agendas, and I have made my own set of rules, and I know how to get to work, because I have the support of Aam Aadmi Party and what they have done in Delhi or Punjab. Let's say if I have a drinking water problem, I'm not someone that all of a sudden out of the blue I'll bring out something and just present it to my kshetra and the problem will be solved. I have to get that knowledge, that how am I supposed to solve this problem. Get to the know-how, like ask my leaders what they have done in Delhi or any other parts like Punjab itself, and bring that to the ground level here and try and improve the problems here. So that's why the Aam Aadmi Party, or any party you choose, it's very important who you choose.
Okay, so Madhya Pradesh is some of those states in India where caste matters most, right? Caste dynamics are there in politics. How do you see this caste system, caste atrocities here in Madhya Pradesh, and how, if you are elected, how will you deal with this? And currently, how are you dealing the caste dynamics when you are contesting, going into people? How do you see this and deal with it?
At this particular election, and for anyone who does politics on jatigat samikaran, uh, I don't think they have ever been successful. I know some point it works, but in Gurh Vidhan Sabha 75, uh, it's predominantly Brahman Samaj,
Yeah.
and I don't think it matters, because all the past elections we have done so far, uh, there is no one election where you can point out that, okay, this community got this win, or this community got this win. It's always a mixed match.
Aam Aadmi Party won in metro city like Delhi.
Yeah.
Because the gentry, the people in
Ji.
Delhi are different. They think differently.
Yeah.
Their issues are different.
Yeah.
But in states like Madhya Pradesh,
Ji.
where traditional parties are more dominant,
Yeah.
whether they are caste based or they are religion based, whatever may be the reason.
Yeah.
don't you think Aam Aadmi Party will take time to make their own ground in the states like Madhya Pradesh, and you'll have to wait for winning elections? How do you see this?
See, we are making best efforts, and even in this question of yours, the answer is almost the same. Aam Aadmi Party's success is going to happen because Bhajpa and Congress didn't utilize their, when they got the chance. That is the reason why people are frustrated. Now it's a digital world now. People have mobile phones, people have internet. I think Bhajpa Sarkar, highlights themselves more in the internet and not on the ground. It's a very good cause and very good, a government over the internet. But when you go to the ground level, people know the reality. People will listen to themselves, and people will look out and, look at their surroundings and make the decisions this time. Because I'm here, I'm reaching each and every part possible over the whole Vidhan Sabha, and I'm making sure that they are aware that this is their one-time chance for as compared to their 5-year chance. So I'm explaining it to them, and I'm making them aware that don't let this chance go just because somebody just comes and pressurizes you when they want the vote, and then they disappear in the coming 5 years. So that awareness is going to help Aam Aadmi Party, and whatever the party has achieved in Delhi and Punjab. And you cannot just ignore the fact that Prakhar Pratap Singh is fighting for the Aam Aadmi Party, because my family and my generations have lived here. Everybody knows about us. Everybody knows me at this point, and everybody knows what my agendas are, because I have had multiple conversations and multiple events where I have put forward my thoughts and what my vision is. So you can't ignore the fact that as compared to the other candidates from other parties, when you put me side by side, you know it's very clear what decision the people want to make.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Aam Aadmi Party originated from a anti-corruption movement, right?
Yeah.
And 10 years ago, when you must be 15 then.
Yeah.
What are your memories of that? Did you see that movement at Jantar Mantar? And
Yeah.
what are your memories about that movement?
I know that it was 2013, right?
Yeah.
It was a very big deal. Whatever Shri Arvind Kejriwal ji and Anna Hazare started, and
You were 15 then? 14?
yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
2013.
Yeah. 10 years
I was
back.
in grade 11 or 12.
Okay.
Uh,
Do you have any memory of that moment, or any discussion in your family or with your friends?
yeah, it was. See, my throughout my life, I've been attached because I've heard many stories of Bhagat Singh, right? Uh, Bhagat Singh is a. I know he's gone from the world, but he's a vision now.
Yeah.
He can't be. He can't be washed off, no matter how many years go by. And because of my grandfather and his stories, I've been always acquainted with it. And whatever panned out during that time, that struggle with what Anna Hazare and Shri Arvind Kejriwal ji started, and everybody was doubting them, and it was brutal to the fact that people will step back and they say, okay, this is not for me. But now what they have done, what they had started, and now where they are, what they are doing, what good they are doing, everybody is able to see. But when they started, everybody was doubting them that you're just like a needle, and this is like a sea. What are you going to do? But they did it. They did it twice. And you're from Delhi,
thrice. In fact, thrice.
Yeah, thrice.
Yeah.
So it's very powerful. The message they had sent across the whole India. Almost, I was in, I went outside, and people know about Aam Aadmi Party. People know about Arvind Kejriwal ji. Not a lot, but people do know outside of India itself. So that power which they sent out, it's immense. I was impacted by it. So obviously, if you're asking me the question, that did something, and that changed my life. From being an architect to a politician, the youngest politician in the surrounding area. It's because of the thing they started in 2013.
Okay. And how do you face public when they ask you questions about Manish Sisodia behind bars, Satyendra Jain behind bars, Sanjay Singh recently behind bars, and Arvind Kejriwal has also been summoned by ED,
Yeah.
and there are chances that he will also go behind bars. How do you face these questions, and how do you see the whole development?
Believe me or not, no explanations needed. I mean, you have to trust me, and if you don't want to trust me, we are going somewhere where you'll meet all the people. There's no explanations needed. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody. I can't stress this fact enough that people tell me this not as a question. They tell me this as if they are giving me news. It's like, भैया अब तो ये अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के भी पीछे पड़ गए because they know what Aam Aadmi Party is going to do. You know this, it's a damage control for them. Anyhow, they have to stop Aam Aadmi Party. First, it was Manish Sisodia ji, then it was Sanjay Singh ji. Right a day before he was supposed to be in Rewa.
Okay.
A day before he was supposed to be in Rewa and he went to jail. So these are all allegations. These are all part of cutthroat competitions and dirty politics, and dirty agendas and dirty strategies, which are going to be used, and it's non-stop. You can't stop this. It's part of politics, and it's okay.
Okay, Aam Aadmi Party is known for using innovative strategies, innovative tools and mediums while doing poll campaigns.
Yeah.
We saw it in Delhi
Yeah.
multiple times,
Yeah.
and we saw it in Punjab.
Yeah.
So, what innovative ideas you have for your poll campaign, and how differently you are doing than the Congress and the BJP?
Obviously, this is my first time fighting the elections, and I have the guidance of the party. But to be really honest, my campaigning, my thoughts, my reach to the public uh, is the only weapon, is the not the only, but the strongest weapon I have. And when it comes to the polling booths, those detailed level of winning the elections, I don't think it's any different than any other party. Whatever I'm fighting with, it's my own campaign, my thoughts, my vision, and me being Prakhar and being from the constituency itself, and the constituency is my birthplace. That's my strongest weapon.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you were in US or some other country, Italy, you were also in Italy.
Yeah.
So, what kind of discussions you used to have with your friends, and how does the rest of the world sees India?
Yeah.
If you could just share some bit.
See, I'll also mention Aam Aadmi Party in this because this is the party which is being led by the people who don't hesitate to talk about the goods that was being done by any other party. They don't hesitate to mention. And I'm going to start with Dr. Sandeep Pathak. He just mentioned ISRO's achievement and he gave all the credit to the current party, right? At the same time, when I was outside, right, when I was out of India, the most impactful thing I'd ever felt was late Sushma Swaraj ji.
Okay.
Her impact was impeccable. I was stuck in America during the COVID times, and and the time before that, it was so evident that if you are in trouble, it was so easy for any Indian to get help. Is that you just go to Twitter, and it's a fact thing.
Yeah, we have seen
Very
it.
people close by, they have tried it, and then because they were in need and they weren't getting any help, they mentioned her, and the help reached out to them. It's a very big deal.
Yeah.
And she was a BJP leader.
Yeah.
So, we don't hesitate to talk about it, and that's because of her activity. And when she was the foreign minister, right? Her activity, the image she built for India, I'll never question that. And it's awesome and it's very sad that she's no more with us, but I really miss her.
अच्छा, यूएस से लौटने के बाद
जी.
आपने पब्लिक से कनेक्ट करने के लिए क्या क्या एफर्ट्स किए हैं, क्या क्या चीज़ें की हैं जिससे आपका पॉलिटिक्स में आने का जो डिसीजन था और प्रोमिनेंट हुआ, तो थोड़ा सा उसके बारे में बताइए।
कुछ नहीं सर, क्षेत्र से जुड़ा हुआ हूँ और पूरा परिवार जुड़ा हुआ है। मुझे अपने क्षेत्र की भाषा आती है और
कौन सी भाषा बोली जाती है?
बघेलखंडी जी।
अच्छा।
तो मुझे उस क्षेत्र की भाषा आती है और जब ऐसा नहीं था कि मैं अमेरिका चला गया तो मैं फिर 7 साल बाद, या ऑलमोस्ट 7 years आई लिव्ड, मैं 7 साल बाद वापस आया हूँ, तो मुझे कुछ पता ही नहीं है। मेरी जब भी छुट्टी लगती थी, आप बोलेंगे मुझे जेट लैग का तो कोई इशू होता ही नहीं था।
अच्छा।
अब वो मेरी बॉडी कह लीजिए, कुछ भी कह लीजिए, मेरी हैबिट्स कह लीजिए, क्योंकि मैं अपने टाइम में स्लीप अपनी मैनेज कर लेता था, तो मुझे कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं होती थी। तो मैं 7-7 दिन के लिए वापस आ जाता था।
अच्छा।
क्योंकि मुझे बहुत ज्यादा कनेक्शन था मेरी दादी से, मेरे बब्बा जी से। मेरी दादी मतलब अब वो नहीं है इस दुनिया में, तो शायद मेरे लिए बहुत ही ज्यादा इमोशनल हिट था। तो मैं कुछ भी मौका मिलता था तो मैं भाग के आ जाता था बब्बा जी के पास। तो यही सारी चीजें हैं सर, और इसी को बस मैंने साफ दिल से लोगों के सामने रखी है ये बात। मान लीजिए ये जो कैंपेनिंग होती है, पीआर होती है, ये सारी चीजें होती हैं, वो एक मीडियम हो सकता है सर, मगर बोलना तो मुझे ही है, लोगों से कनेक्ट तो मुझे ही करना है ना। आज अगर मैं कनेक्ट हो पा रहा हूँ तो पीआर एजेंसी और इंटरव्यूज और मेरे से लोगों से मिलना, इट्स ऑल स्ट्रैटेजी, बट जो कनेक्ट हो रहा है वो मेरे से हो रहा है। सो देयर इज समथिंग इनसाइड मी, माय कैपेबिलिटीज, माय पर्सनालिटी, माय संस्कार, व्हिच इज मेकिंग मी कनेक्ट विद द पीपल इन अ वेरी बेटर वे।
और ये बताइए कि यहाँ पर जो अभी मैं देख पा रहा हूँ आपकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी शुरू हो गई यहाँ से।
जी जी। वी इसको पॉज कर सकते हैं या
हाँ, pause।
थोड़ा।
प्रखर, एक चीज और मैंने देखी, आई वॉज सीइंग सर्वे बाय एनडीटीवी, सीएसडीएस एंड लोक नीति
जी
अबाउट मध्य प्रदेश। उसमें 2 सवाल थे कि लोग कितने % लोग यहाँ पर पार्टी के पीछे जाते हैं और कितने % लोग कैंडिडेट पे वोट देते हैं। तो जो मैंने फिगर देखा वो 37% जो है वो पार्टी पे जाते हैं,
जी।
उनके लिए कैंडिडेट कोई मैटर नहीं करता
जी।
है, और 30% लोग जो है वो कैंडिडेट पे जाते हैं, पार्टी मैटर नहीं करता
जी।
है। हाउ डू यू सी दिस एंड हाउ डिफिकल्ट इज इट बीन, हैज इट बीन फॉर यू टू कन्विंस पीपल ऑन द ग्राउंड कि भाई कैंडिडेट देखो, पार्टी मत देखो, या उसका बैकग्राउंड देखो? इस पे थोड़ा सा बताइए मुझे।
इसमें सिर्फ आई वोंट चैलेंज दैट सर्वे, बिकॉज मैं कहीं ना कहीं सहमत हूँ उस सर्वे से, क्योंकि इन पार्टियों की हिस्ट्री बहुत ज़्यादा है। इन पार्टियों का जो एस्टैब्लिशमेंट है वो कई सालों से है, और मेरे क्षेत्र में भी अवेयरनेस, जो बूढ़े लोग हैं, जो बुजुर्ग लोग हैं, जो उनकी मात्रा, उनकी संख्या काफ़ी ज़्यादा है, और जो उनका माइंडसेट है, वो उन्होंने जिंदगी में सिर्फ अगर कोई चीज, कोई पार्टी जानी है तो वो या तो कांग्रेस है, मतलब कांग्रेस का जो सबसे ज्यादा पास रहा है, और उसी तरह भाजपा का भी सेट ऑफ वोट्स फिक्स्ड है, क्योंकि उन पार्टियों के पास सबसे ज्यादा संगठन की शक्ति है। संगठन इतना ज्यादा मजबूत है, और सबसे ज्यादा अगर मजबूत किसी का संगठन है तो वो भाजपा का ही है। और क्योंकि सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन और सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन बहुत जरूरी होता है, तो मैं इन सब बातों को समझता हूँ। और जो संगठन का सपोर्ट है उसकी वजह से कैंडिडेट चाहे जो भी हो, जो भाजपा के हिस्से के वोट्स हैं वो उसे मिलेंगे ही मिलेंगे। तो ये सारे चैलेंजेस मैं फेस कर रहा हूँ। आम आदमी पार्टी का जो हमारा संगठन है वो जितना है वो बहुत मजबूत है, मगर इतनी अभी उसकी क्वांटिटी नहीं है, उतनी उसकी स्ट्रेंथ नहीं है इन नंबर्स कि हम उसे बस संगठन के उसमें बीट कर पाए। अगर कहीं ना कहीं अगर मेरे कैंपेन की वीकनेस है तो वो कहीं ना कहीं संगठन ही हो सकता है, मगर जो मैं इंडिविजुअली अपने सोच से, अपने विजन से जो इम्पैक्ट ला रहा हूँ, बिलीव मी और नॉट, वही कुछ गेम बदल रहा है तो बदल रहा है। मैं इंडिविजुअली जो मेरे थॉट्स हैं, जो मेरा विजन है, और जो आम आदमी पार्टी ने जो दिल्ली में किया है और जो पंजाब में भी किया है, और इवन वी आर फॉरगेटिंग टू मेंशन जो गुजरात में किया है, जो मोदी जी की जगह है, वहां पे जो किया है, जो उसकी लहर है, साथ साथ जो मेरा कैंपेन है, मेरा क्षेत्र के होना, वो जो क्यूमुलेट होके जो मिक्सचर बन रहा है, वही हमारी स्ट्रेंथ है। बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू संगठन, those parties are more dominant.
नहीं, मैं जानने की ये कोशिश कर रहा था कि जब आप ग्राउंड पे जा रहे हैं, लोगों से मिल रहे हैं
जी।
तो आपको क्या वो मिल रहा है, उससे सेंस मिल रहा है कि लोग किस चीज़ से कन्विंस हो रहे हैं और कैसे लोगों को कन्विंस करना आसान है और कैसे लोगों को कन्विंस करना बहुत मुश्किल है?
देखिए, थोड़ा सा लिटरेसी में मेरे क्षेत्र में इशू है। लिटरेसी रेट उतना ज़्यादा नहीं है, उसको सुधारा जा सकता है, मगर अभी वो उस स्थिति पे नहीं है। और बहुत मेरे क्षेत्र में मैं ये चैलेंज फेस कर रहा हूँ कि जो इन बातों को समझते हैं, जो मेरे स्टैंड को समझते हैं, वो उन जैसों की संख्या वोट डालने के समय में बहुत कम रहती है।
अच्छा।
और बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग होते हैं जो जब मैं समझाता हूं तो समझते हैं, मगर जैसे ही ये डर्टी पॉलिटिक्स की स्ट्रैटेजी शुरू होती है कि दारू बंटवाना, गांजा बंटवाना, तो उनकी वोट बहुत जल्दी बिक जाते हैं। तो मैं उन चैलेंजेस को फेस कर रहा हूं और शायद इस चैलेंज मतलब इस इलेक्शंस में उसका शिकार भी हो जाऊं। मगर मेरे पास आगे के फ्यूचर ऑप्शंस भी हैं, मेरे पास फ्यूचर स्ट्रैटेजीज भी हैं कि मुझे आने वाले 5 साल में कैसे कैसे काम करना है, और जितनी अभी मैं कर सकता हूं, और जो आज इस स्टेज में मैं हूं कि आप कोई भी क्षेत्र में नहीं बता सकता, जो अनबायस्ड हो, जो भाजपा के हैं वो तो भाजपा के ही बोलेंगे, जो कांग्रेस के वो कांग्रेस की बोलेंगे, जो आम आदमी पार्टी के वो आम आदमी पार्टी का ही बोलेंगे। जो अनबायस्ड लोग हैं, जिसे कोई पार्टी का जिसका ताल्लुकात नहीं है, वो नॉर्मल सिटीजन है, उनसे आप पूछेंगे तो वो कोई भी नहीं कह सकता कि कौन जीतेगा कौन हारेगा।
ओके। एक और सवाल है मेरा कि अभी आम आदमी पार्टी ने दिल्ली में बहुत कुछ चीज़ें फ्री की, बिजली, पानी, स्वास्थ्य, ना, स्कूल
जी।
और फिर दूसरी स्टेट्स में भी उन्होंने इस चीज़ को रेप्लिकेट करने की कोशिश की।
जी।
तो बीजेपी ने इसको ऐसा बोला कि ये रेवड़ी कल्चर शुरू कर दिया है अरविंद केजरीवाल ने।
जी।
और रेवड़ी में बिक जाते हैं लोग।
जी।
ठीक है। और अभी हम देख रहे हैं कि मध्य प्रदेश में जब से चुनाव का ये पूरा ये साल चला है, तो इस आपके मुख्यमंत्री जो हैं शिवराज सिंह चौहान, उन्होंने एक के बाद एक फ्री चीजें
10 गारंटीज की घोषणा करी है उन्होंने।
तो वो जो ऑर्थोडॉक्स है
जी,
उस चीज को लोग कितना समझ पा रहे हैं और कितना नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं। और आप जब जाते हैं कि अगर आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार आई तो आप ये 10 चीजें करेंगे, तो उस चीज को लोग कितना एक्सेप्ट कर पा रहे हैं?
सर, एक्सेप्टेंस, ये देखिए, ये कपिध्वज सिंह जी का कार्यक्रम चल रहा है जिसको हम क्रॉस कर रहे हैं।
अच्छा।
ये उन्हीं की ये कार्यक्रम।
वो पता है, गाड़ी चला, बताइए।
ये जो देखिए, ये चीजें होती हैं कि फ्री में बांटना। अगर कोई भी मतलब जो व्यवस्था होती है, अब चाहे बिजली की व्यवस्था हो, पानी से रिलेटेड व्यवस्था हो, चाहे स्वास्थ्य से रिलेटेड व्यवस्था हो, आप कैसे जान सकते हैं कि अगर उसको अच्छी तरीके से चलाया जाए तो उसकी कितनी कैपेसिटी है? जितने हमारे पास फंडिंग है, अगर उसमें भ्रष्टाचार ना हो, जितना पैसा सैंक्शन हो और वो जमीन तक उतर आए, तो उसकी क्या कैपेबिलिटीज हैं, अभी हम दोनों में से कोई नहीं जानता। मगर जानता था, मगर जो दिल्ली में हुआ कि अगर कोई भी जो व्यवस्था है, कोई भी इंस्टीट्यूट है, जो मतलब जो भी अपने बोर्ड्स हैं, ग्रुप्स है, जो ये मान लीजिए इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड हो गया, और इन सारी चीज़ों को अगर अच्छे से संचालन किया जाए और अगर भ्रष्टाचार को खत्म कर दिया जाए, क्योंकि भ्रष्टाचार दीमक की तरह होता है, तो अगर फंडिंग हो रही है तो फंडिंग उसकी कैपेबिलिटी है, और अगर भ्रष्टाचार का दीमक उस फंडिंग को खा जाएगा तो ऑब्वियसली उसकी कैपेबिलिटीज कम हो जाएंगी। और जब उसको एलिमिनेट कर दिया जाता है तो उन्हीं व्यवस्थाओं की इतनी कैपेसिटी होती है कि आपको तो ऐसा बोला नहीं जा रहा है कि आप कितनी भी यूनिट बिजली इस्तेमाल कर लो सब फ्री, ऐसा नहीं है। 300 यूनिट बिजली फ्री है, क्योंकि ये सारी चीजें पहले मतलब एग्जीक्यूट की जा चुकी हैं। उससे ये पॉसिबिलिटी सामने आई है कि अगर इसको सही तरीके से संचालन किया जाए और भ्रष्टाचार को एलिमिनेट किया जाए, करप्शन को एलिमिनेट किया जाए, तो इन चीजों की इतनी कैपेबिलिटी है कि कम से कम हम आपको 300 यूनिट बिजली मुफ्त दे सकते हैं। सो दिस इज हाउ यू नीड टू थिंक अबाउट इट। इट्स नॉट अबाउट रेवड़ी समाज। ये क्या है, ये बताइए, 4.5 साल बाद आपका लाडली बहना योजना आ रही है। अब आप, ये क्या है, ये एक वोट खरीदने के तरीके तो ही हैं। इफ यू आर बीइंग ब्रूटली ऑनेस्ट, अगर आप 10,000 रुपए, 10,000 से ज्यादा महंगाई बढ़ा दिया आपने, और फिर 1,200 रुपए चुनाव के आने में डाल रहे हो, और फिर आप चुनाव के बाद उसे निकाल भी लोगे, लोगों को पता है। तो ये होता है अननेसेसरी सिस्टम और एजेंडाज और योजनाएं।